Hey everybody, welcome back to another Motivation Monday podcast for Monday, February 10th, 2020. As always, hope you had a great weekend here at the 10 Minute Jazz Lesson podcast and are ready to tackle the week with a smile on your face and something inspiring in your pocket that can get you through the week and stay on top of your music and hopefully result in you being a better musician or just having fun, listening to something or learning something. So we're going to continue our series this month of Listen to This. It's just like our Transcribe This series. And I got to say, we're getting more and more people each month posting their transcriptions on the 10 Minute Jazz Lesson Community Facebook group. That really pumps me up. People are sounding amazing over there. And they're getting things done quicker and quicker. It's only the second week of February, and we've already had probably a half a dozen people post over there their transcription of Chet Baker's solo. So be one of those people. Go ahead, put yourself out there. It's a very, very supportive community, and it's just so great to see people actually transcribing and doing the stuff that's going to make you a better musician. So obviously, on top of transcribing and practicing your instrument, you gotta listen to music. This is the one kind of music that you cannot play successfully without listening to it. And I always tell my younger students that, and I can see week after week, it's the people that listen that really are the ones who excel at the end of the day because they start to pick up on those intangibles. Now, obviously, most of you out there that are listening to this podcast, you're already listening to jazz, but does not hurt to listen more at all times. So what I'm going to do is over the next couple of months, I'm going to tell you about some recordings that have been really, really pivotal in my development. Recordings that I think I would not be the player and teacher I am today without having listened to these recordings that made a big, big difference to me. So today we're going to talk about a Sonny Rollins album that I'm sure that so many of you are familiar with and have listened to a bunch, and that is Saxophone Colossus, the classic album from Sonny Rollins. And this was one of the first records I ever listened to by, a legendary saxophonist, and it made a huge, huge impact on me. Now, most people, his most famous track off of this record is obviously St. Thomas. I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't even necessarily huge jazz fans that know of that tune. And of course, it's just ridiculously amazing, But the tune that I love off that record, my favorite track off of that record, is a blues called Blue 7. And I want you guys to check out that track this week. It was on the B side of the vinyl. And obviously St. Thomas was track number 1, so everybody listened to that first, and it kind of blew their minds open. But Blue 7 is this really, really interesting melody, first of all. And second of all, I just love everything that happens in that track. So the thing I want you to check out on this recording is the relationship between Sonny and Doug Watkins, the bass player. It is so amazing to hear the time coming from Doug Watkins and the way that Sonny plays over it. I think this is one of the most important relationships in music, is the relationship between the bass player, who's holding down the foundation of the band, and the melodicist, who's playing over the top of that foundation. And if it's not right, you can kind of hear it immediately. But in this recording, it is about as right as it gets. It is truly amazing. Doug starts the tune solo, and then it just keeps getting more and more swinging as they go through and play this track. And, Max Roach is just sitting there literally just playing a ride pattern. I think he doesn't do much on the drums. He's basically just helping to lay down that rock solid foundation. But what I really hear when I listen to this track, the thing that makes it so joyful, is the relationship between Sonny and Doug Watkins, the bass player. So I want you to really check out that interaction this month when you're listening to the track. Hear how deep that goes. The quarter note seems like it's about 3 miles wide when they're playing this tune. And I think it's at the perfect tempo for that kind of thing. And it's just amazing. So that's what I would really like you to zero in on when you're actually listening to this recording, how deep that connection is between Sonny and the bass. And, I have no idea if this is the case, but I would imagine that he's really zeroed in on that walking bass line when they're playing this tune. So that's what I want you to listen to this month. I want you to listen to this track at least once a day and try to do it, every day from now until the end of the month, and see how your perception of the tune actually changes over the course of the month, over the course of all these repeated listens, and how much you discover that there is to this tune that you might not have discovered if you weren't listening to it over and over again. I think this is a really important thing. So, Sonny Rollins, Saxophone Colossus, Blue 7. Let me know what you think about this track after all these repeated listens. Drop a note over in the 10-Minute Jazz Lesson Community Facebook group. Let me know what you think about this track. Did Saxophone Colossus mean a lot to you when you were coming up? Or does it mean a lot to you right now? Are you just discovering this record? Let me know what's going on. But most importantly is to just simply listen to this track a lot this month, I should say. All right? Hope you have a great week. Hopefully this recording inspires you. And thanks for tuning in week after week. Really appreciate it. It's a joy to talk to you guys on Monday morning. And I hope that we add something to your week each and every week here. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.